Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, our Moments with God, where I share with you my simple and humble reflections on the daily Mass readings with the hope that this will help you and me in our spiritual journey, in our search for the divine, and in establishing a relationship with God or even eventually a friendship with God. And if you are interested to subscribe to this channel, you may please do it now. And when you go to the end of the video, you'll see my picture. You will click on that and you will find an option to subscribe. You may please subscribe. And if you like the video, please also share it with others so that they also take advantage of the reflections. Thank you. Today, the readings are actually, first reading is from the book of Amos, and also the reading on Saturday, first reading was from the book of Amos from the Old Testament. Amos is a prophet who always spoke about justice and justice to the poor. And actually, maybe God spoke to him in so many words, but usually how we understand is that God inspired and told the prophets to convey a message, but the prophet put the message in his own words. And sometimes the personality of the prophet is also reflected in the words that he speaks. Amos, of course, was very much affected by how Israel at that time was behaving. And so he put the words of God that although Israel was a chosen race and a chosen family, actually, from all the other families in the world, God had chosen them, had rescued them from Egypt, but now they had turned away from God or not listening to his words. So Amos is trying to tell people the word of God that since you have moved away from him, you will have to face consequences. And sometimes his words that he uses are rather harsh. And the reading of the gospel today is from the from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8. I will just read quickly for you. As Jesus got into a boat, his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a violent storm came up on the sea, so that the boat was being swamped by waves. But he was asleep. They came and woke him, saying, "Lord, save us, we are perishing." He said to them, "Why are you terrified, O you of little faith?" Then he got up, rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. The men were amazed and said, "What sort of man is this, whom even the winds and the sea obey?" If you have been paying attention, you will have noticed that not last Sunday, not day before yesterday, but on the previous Sunday, we had a similar reading. I'm not saying the same reading, we had a similar reading. Please note that the Sunday reading was from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4. And this reading is from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 8. So they are they are from two different Gospels, though the story is the same, but they are weaved in different words. This is a little shorter version, but Mark's was a little longer version. But the gist of both the stories is the same, that they were crossing through the lake of Galilee and a storm came. Jesus was asleep. They got panicky and they woke up Jesus. And the other day also I was mentioning, was Jesus really asleep or was he just testing them? And I said, yes, probably he was asleep because he did a lot of work and was going around. So he was really tired and so he was resting. But it could also be that Jesus took a chance to see how strong their faith is and whether on their own they will take recourse to prayer or they will simply get panicky and rush to him. And this, I think, what is that Jesus also wants to convey to us, whether we also take time, try to understand the situation, try to while a little time. For example, instead of disturbing Jesus and waking him up because the waves were strong, maybe the disciples could have waited for a while for the storm to calm down. It usually happens, sometimes there is a strong rain, and people go and stop on their scooters or bicycles and they stand under the tree till the rain stops, and then they travel again back to their places. Or if the place is flooded, then people have to wait till the floods recede. So the disciples could have also used a little bit of patience to wait and let Jesus, who was resting, let him rest and wait while a little bit of time, while away a little bit of time. And in the meantime, also use their own faith to pray, to calm down, to pray to God. Of course, Jesus was with them. They were still not sure what kind of man, because you see, as in the end of the reading, they are saying, after Jesus calmed the sea, they're saying, what sort of man is this, whom even the winds and the sea obey? That means they're still not sure what kind of man he is, or whether he really is God or Son of God. Yes, he has said it, but are his disciples convinced of that? At least it is so, it is mentioned in the reading, and also in the reading of Mark, it is mentioned they are astounded, and yeah, and ask what kind of man is this, or that even the winds and the storm obey him. So they could have used their own faith and their own power of prayer to calm down the sea rather than disturbing Jesus. What I want to say is that there are two things that we it comes out of this. One thing is that when a storm comes in our life or a difficulty comes in our life, we should calm down, take our own time, wait for a while. Maybe this time is a great healer, but time also helps to take away the storm, to take away the wind. So time is a great leveler, as they say, of things. One thing is to, so please take time when you are in trouble. And secondly, when you are waiting for the storm to get away, you can also use your time to pray, to seek help from God directly, rather than running here and running there, disturbing people as they disturbed Jesus. Yes, they did not know who Jesus was. Therefore, it was a disturbance for Jesus. So instead of you running around to your parents or running to your brothers or sisters or helper or a priest or wherever, take your time, give your time to God, spend time with Him, seek His advice, and plead with Him that He helps you to go over this storm. And if you would like to subscribe to this channel, you may do it now. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.